This one's going to be a little different from my other vlogs because we are addressing a problem that I have. I have a phone addiction. Welcome if you are new. My name is Mai and I am a mama to two beautiful boys. And I'm gonna be so for real in this video. I have a phone addiction. I was watching Dr. Arthur Brooks' video and he said that most people check their phones 205 times. Now, I hope that I'm not there and I don't hope to get there. Also, I'm sorry, the sun is just kind of moving, so it's going to do its own thing. Okay, maybe if we move over here. One of my goals for 2026 is to be a better homemaker. And to do that, I need to stop being on my phone so much. It eats away at so much of my time. And I know I've said this in a past vlog, but when I'm doing a task and I have my phone with me, it takes me 5 to 10 minutes longer to do that task. Or, you know, like just doom scrolling. For that exact reason, I actually deleted Instagram and Facebook, which before I had prayed that God would make being on my phone a disgust to me. Like that I would not want to be on my phone. And you know, some days it's so much better than other days. It's a constant battle that I have to fight because they make phones so addicting. That is the reason why I deleted those two apps, just to make it a little less addicting. While I say that I deleted those two apps, I believe that people will still, no matter what, find a way to use their phones even if they don't have those apps on there. Like whatever it may be, just going on Google, YouTube, or looking at your photos. Part of trying to not be on my phone so much is actually having it in a different room. Studies show that if you literally just have your phone on the table or in the same room, it is a huge distraction and you actually cannot focus as well. And then another aspect is I have two boys and I don't want them growing up seeing a screen between them and their mom. That has definitely helped me a ton. Right when I entered motherhood, that was a mindset that I had. Also, just waking up with them and getting to snuggle them, that totally removes the temptation of turning on my phone right away in the morning and scrolling. I love reading with them in the morning as well and harboring a love in my children to read, because even though myself as a mom, I don't get to read as much, I want to harbor a love in my children for reading. In replace of my phone, I want to live a life that is just more intentional and being a good steward of what I have, because the Lord has given me so much, like a beautiful home, two beautiful children, and my husband, and I want to be good stewards of this home, like keep it neat and tidy, or feeding my family well, you know, learning to make new foods from scratch. I'm trying to get good at sourdough. Eventually I'm gonna have to homeschool my boys, so just preparing for that and making more time for it instead of my phone eating up so much of my time. So yeah, with all that said, I'm gonna be taking you guys with me a couple days in my life, showing you just tips and tricks or things that I've done to replace scrolling on my phone, to have that more mindful living and to achieve my goals. A little disclaimer, this is a reminder for myself as well. I'm not trying to condemn anyone with this video. This is a reminder for myself that, hey, these are things that are special to you, and scrolling on your phone is taking away that time. I still need to put up that fight of not having my phone on me all the time, and sometimes when my children are having a great time, I will have the temptation to go grab my phone and start taking pictures, which yes, sometimes I do that, but sometimes I just tell myself to live in the moment and treasure up the sweet moments in my heart. And I know they're going to disappear one day because I don't have a photo memory of it, but it's the sweet secret memories. As a mom, I just cannot afford to be having my time spent up scrolling anymore, because I have so many things I need to be on top of, and I can already see myself slipping. My house is not as neat and tidy as I would like it to be. I would like to get on top of my health again. You might think that you don't pay anything for social media, but you are paying with your time, just as if you're going in for a job and getting paid hourly. This is also not to say that social media is bad. Like, I still am gonna go on it sometimes if I want to post something, but I do think having boundaries, like for example, I'm gonna leave those apps off my phone and just access it from my laptop, because social media, we need to be very careful about it. The constant comparison, the more depressed you are, the more you're going to be on social media, and social media makes people more depressed. So it's a vicious cycle. You keep going to it because you're depressed, but the only thing is it's making you more depressed. Alright, I'm gonna let it jump into the vlog now. I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Hello guys, so my toddler is taking a late nap right now. I got my little baby over here. Hi Lincoln. It's quite late, like my husband's already on the way home, so I'm gonna do some frenzy cleaning. I try to pick up during the day, but it's like striving after the wind because my toddler just continues making a mess everywhere. While I clean, I'm not gonna listen to a podcast or watch a YouTube video, or like, I guess music is fine. I forgot where I saw this from, but it said that we are the generation that has so much information being fed to us all the time, yet we are so unknowledgeable. And I just don't need that constant noise in my head all the time. Just being okay with the silence, being okay with our thoughts. One done. I got 4 left to go. Welcome to my bedroom. So I typically nurse Lincoln to sleep right here, and he usually sleeps in the bed with us. He's not in our bedroom tonight because we are trying out tonight the boys sleeping together. So my toddler and my 4-month-old baby, which I don't even really know when people start transitioning the younger sibling to sleep with the older sibling. Lincoln is a pretty good sleeper, so I just thought, like, why not, let's just see how it goes. So yeah, I didn't do like any research. We'll just see how tonight goes. Oliver, my toddler, also wakes up in the middle of the night sometimes, and I feel like if he knows he has someone sleeping in the room with him, he will sleep better. That is the reason why we transitioned Lincoln to sleep with Oliver. After tonight, we're gonna reassess and see how it goes, if Lincoln needs to come back into the bedroom with us, or if it works out the 2 boys together in one room. But anyways, going back to my point, I would nurse Lincoln to sleep here for his night sleep. I used to just scroll on my phone, and sometimes it would be productive, like replying to text messages, but apart from that, I probably just be scrolling on social media way after he was already down. It's kind of hard to find the willpower to stop scrolling. For nursing our baby, it's very easy to scroll on our phone because it doesn't take a lot of brain power. We're exhausted from the day, and our baby doesn't see that we're scrolling. And like, I could be reading during that time, so that's exactly what I replaced it with. I have my leisure reading book, Little Woman, that I got for Christmas from my husband. It's such a beautiful, beautiful book. Most nights only get 2 to 5 pages as I'm nursing Lincoln to sleep and before I put him in the bassinet. But like, I'm slowly getting through the book. It's such a pleasure to read because it's got this like innocent pureness to it, of reading about these 4 sisters and their lives. I've just been really enjoying reading it, and as a mom, you know, you have to be on top of so many things the children, cleaning, cooking, just the home, make sure that it's running. I don't get a lot of reading time. I remember I used to love reading as a child. As you grow up, middle school and high school, there's so much homework that there's not a lot of time to read, which sucks because you learn from reading. And it's like, if you don't know how to read, how are you going to learn? Very unfortunate. I feel like reading is such a lost art today. We literally have to train our minds to focus on the text. The long story, it's not just a skimming, it's not reading an Instagram caption. You have to be concentrated, and it's a long-term thing that you are going to be invested in. Apart from reading while Lincoln is nursing, after I put him down, do my chores, I come to bed and then I always do my Bible reading. I read in my pregnancy book, it was like a crunchy mom holistic book, and it brought up EMFs, so now I always have my phone turned off at night, or if I don't have it turned off, I turn on my airplane mode, and that also helps me to not be tempted to scroll before I go to bed. I guess really quickly before I end this clip, EMFs are a whole another conversation. I feel like I'm kind of in the middle where I don't fear it because I know that God preserves our life, but also it's like, hey, I can turn off my phone to help it. That pregnancy book was just talking about how EMFs can like affect the baby inside your womb. So since then I started turning off my phone at night or turning on airplane mode. And you know, I still use Bluetooth. I have Wi-Fi in my house. I watch the Brian Sauvé Bright Hearth podcast on EMFs, and that's kind of where I fall. Like, I agree with that. Welcome to the next day. So it is quite gloomy, and it's gonna be for a couple days, which just makes me want to snuggle up in bed and fall asleep. But we are actually gonna be making some bread right now for my family's picnic, which we do on Sundays after church and like go to a park. It's really sweet. But yeah, I'm gonna make some bread, and I think part of having that slow life is not always choosing the most convenient thing or like the fastest thing, which those are good things. You know, things in life are designed to be convenient and fast to make our life easy. But when it comes to my food, we know that the most convenient and fast things are not always the most healthy. So yeah, and my husband goes to work to provide for me to be home with my children and to take care of the home. So if that is my sole vocation, I want to do it to the glory of God and make meals from scratch, make my own bread, and feed my family and be a blessing to them. So yeah, that is the reason why I try to make my own bread. So anyways, I'm gonna get on that. I think my toddler will come help me at some point. He's in his room reading right now.
No, I dentist.
You cried at the dentist.
Mom, I cut it. Ready, kick. Ready, kick.
There's our bread.
Bed. Ready, bed.
Yep. Almost half of it already. Super yummy. Yeah, super squishy, delicious crust. And I also let it rise a little too much, so it's got like a mushroom top. I'm about to start my nightly cleaning, but before I do, I just want to share a couple ways that we can be a little less dependent on our phones. Number one is actually writing things inside a journal instead of writing everything on our phone. For example, you could do grocery lists, meal planning, or just reminders to yourself. For me, I also like to write little things that Oliver did or new words he's learned. Another thing that I need to be better about is bringing my Bible with me to like church small group and to church. I'm so concerned with like my children's things and packing the diaper bag that a lot of the times I forget to bring my Bible, so I end up using the Bible on my phone, which is not the best. Like, my children are going to see me on my phone. If you use your physical Bible, you're going to be more familiar with where the books are in the Bible as well. Baking my bread reminded me that I need to print out the recipe. So instead of looking at a screen for your recipe, if you have staple recipes that you like, try printing them out. My husband and I, we have this binder filled with some recipes that we printed out. If you find like a staple recipe you really love, print it out, or you can even write it out on note cards. Make recipe cards, or just have some cookbooks. Cookbooks are like so fun to look through for new meal ideas. That way we are not looking at a screen all the time. And something that I do to help myself is, instead of looking at it on my phone, I'm just going to be way more prone to go into other apps. Instead, I will pull up the recipe on my laptop. There's still a bunch of ads popping up, and it's just way easier to have it as a physical copy. Anyways, I'm gonna get onto cleaning now. Is the tiger gonna live in there?
Maybe.
Oh. Hello everyone and good morning. It is so gloomy today. We're doing another bread related thing today on this gloomy day. I'm trying to establish a sourdough starter because I keep letting mine die and then I have to keep borrowing people's, which it's like I'm sure they don't mind that I borrow theirs, but it's like kind of embarrassing to be, hey, can I have some sourdough starter again? So I was on a really good sourdough little routine before I gave birth, but obviously after giving birth I didn't have time to keep up with it, and then a little like black liquid, which I know is the hooch, but it's like, is it supposed to be black? So I just tossed mine, and I'm on day 3 of starting a new one. Some flour. I thought that I would talk to you guys about my like morning routine with my phone. I try not to even turn on my phone until 1 or 2 hours after I wake up, just protecting my morning from the busyness. And like, let's be honest, who is texting me in the middle of the night? Probably no one. So it's like there's no use in checking my phone because I'm not going to receive any notifications. Another thing that I do is turning off my phone at night. I feel like people just don't really turn off their phones anymore, and that is a boundary I have put up with my phone. It makes it so much easier to not have my phone right away in the morning. We're back from grocery shopping, and I did not make myself a coffee today because my matcha was arriving. I knew it was arriving, and it arrived pretty late, but I have not ordered this matcha in like over a year. I'm super excited. I'm gonna make myself a cup right now. I got these plastic cups because one of the best gifts you can give to a stay-at-home mom is getting them coffee. So since we have a coffee machine, like whenever I'm hanging out with a stay-at-home mom, I'll always ask if they want me to bring them some coffee. Oliver, can you bring that back to your room, please? Can you bring that back to your room? Oh, this smells so good. Run, baby. Alright guys, this is absolutely delicious. I could slurp it up in like 1 minute, but I'm gonna try to savor it while it lasts. And we're gonna go have a dance party. I'm gonna let my husband rest a little bit because he is really tired from a day of work, providing for us so well. Ultimately, how the Lord provides for us. He provides very well. Too much laundry and not enough putting away. Oh, here's what Ambrose is reading. You want to tell us a little bit?
Yeah, this is a book on paedo communion. This is probably the most comprehensive volume for the biblical argument of children, covenant children who have been baptized, partaking of the Lord's Supper. The living faith of our children. It affects their view of themselves in relation to their God.